Welcome to Female Szn, the podcast where we embrace growth, confidence, and the journey of becoming our best selves together. Welcome back. I'm so happy for you guys to be here. And today we're talking about something that I personally struggle with. We are talking about how to stop waiting for the big moments and start actually living life, If you find yourself constantly thinking about the next milestone, the next achievement, the next vacation, but feel like you're not truly enjoying the present, you're not alone when I tell you this speaks volumes to me. And like I said in my first episode, this is not something where I'm just giving you advice. This is something that I can improve on as well. And I'm hoping to improve on this along with those of you who also need to improve on it. So I hyper focus on big future events. So whether it's a business goal, a vacation, or even just a weekend plan, I zone out of my day-to-day task and I stay busy and I somewhat hold off on my emotions, like push my emotions off to the side and not really live in the present. I'm more so just focus on the future. So today we're going to unpack that together, okay? So first I want to talk about the next big thing trap, right? So how many times have you thought, I'll be happy when? And it could be when you get the promotion, when you hit your savings goal, when you finally take that trip, when you meet the right person. But the problem is when that moment finally comes, we're already looking for the next one. I don't know how many times I always say, like right now I'm not, feeling the moment, like life is life. And in that moment, I try to gravitate towards thinking of something in the future that I'm excited about. And when I think of that thing in the future, I'm like, I'm going to be happy when that happens and this and that. It's like, why am I going to be happy in the future? Why am I not focusing on my happiness in this exact moment? So, that's, it's a lot that comes with that. You really have to make sure that you are finding ways to enjoy the moment. So, I condition myself to delay joy. So, society rewards hustle, busyness, achievement. We think feeling happy or fulfilled has to be earned instead of something we create every day. And I'm speaking for myself first. That is very true. Society today or just all over, when you go on social media, you're seeing so much like, oh, I'm busy. I got this going on. I got this hustle going on and I achieved this and that. And it's more so happiness is associated with accomplishing those goals. But what about like smaller things? Or what about just having that same happiness for waking up that day? Something to think about. We also could avoid slowing down because we're scared of what we might feel. That is very true for me. A lot of times I am busy with work because I told you I work a corporate job. And that, among so many other things that I'm trying to do, I'm busy. And I don't have time to really feel anything. I avoid it because I know that if I sit into my emotions in the present moment when it's chaotic, I'm not going to be happy. So I try to avoid it. And that's not good. It's like I am suppressing my emotions. You never should really have to do that, Biggest moments that we have is usually graduations, weddings, promotions, things like that. Those are just one day. That's just one day, right? But what about the hundreds of days in between that? So if you're getting your bachelor's degree, that's 4 years, right? You can't focus on just when you're going to get your degree. What about every day within those years that you're studying and things like that? You have to think of that. You can't just hyper focus on graduating. You have to find a way to enjoy the journey that you're taking to get to that point. Those are actually the days that actually shapes your life. So those milestones are huge for us, but the days in between is what's going to really shape our life. Micro moments matter. So the way that your coffee tastes, how the sun feels on your skin, a random laugh in the grocery store, hanging with your favorite coworker, sitting outside on your porch on a really nice cool breeze day. Things like that matter. Things like that helps you feel happy in the moment. And they should not be, pushed to the side or not thought about. You have to live in those moments. So I would suggest romanticizing your routine. And this is something I'm about to do too, okay? Romanticizing your life isn't just like aesthetics though. It's about making the little things feel special. So you can make breakfast feel like a ritual. Use a really cute mug that you have. Maybe light a candle, but create something that's going to make you feel happy about what you're doing. Sometimes you can do something different and it elevates it all the way. And that's what I mean when I'm saying this. You can turn your commute into a self-care session. So you can have some good music, deep breaths, and breathing and things like that. Or you can talk to one of your favorite people. Whatever it is that's going to make you feel happy or make you really enjoy that day, that's what really, matters. I think you should savor the small wins. Celebrate them like you would a major milestone. It's important. A win is a win. And yeah, a milestone, those are huge. But small wins are important too. So if it's just having a conversation with a difficult coworker and you were able to come up with a compromise and you're able to work together and get through it, that's a win. That's really a win. If you were able to, get a discount on a new shirt, that's a win. For real, that really is. And it really impacts our lives. These small wins, they matter for real. Feeling your emotions instead of avoiding them is really, really important. I realize that I, keep myself so busy. I try to avoid my emotions. So I'm always doing something. I'm always, hey, this and that, and this and that. And then the crazy thing is, like, at the end of the day at night, that's when all my emotions come back. And I'm just like, I don't want to feel this. And then I go to sleep and then I wake up the next day. So I'm actually a very emotional person, but I'm emotional, but then sometimes you can't really tell. But when I'm going through so much, that's when I feel very numb. That's when I really try to, because it's too much. When there's so many different things going on, an emotion you have is not just anger. You're going to have frustration. You're going to have a long list of emotions associated with the chaos going on. And I'd rather just not feel that. So it's really, really important to avoid not feeling your emotions. Ask yourself once a day, how do I actually feel right now? That's really, really important. Ever since I started doing that, if I'm like, I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling happy right now, I need to really write down why I'm not happy. Was it something that happened at work? Was it something that happened on my commute to work? Was it something that happened with my house? Was it something that happened in any relationship I have? Like, what could have happened to make me feel unhappy? Once I narrow that down, then I can do the work to kind of work through it. And just saying, if work is chaotic, you have to communicate with your boss. You have to communicate with someone to manage it better, or to find an alternative that's going to be more helpful for you. Because we're not meant to be upset every day. When I'm saying I hyper focus on the future and stuff, that's not every day. Okay. That's just when things get super chaotic every once in a while, but we shouldn't be unhappy like that every day. So like I said, ask yourself, how do you actually feel? And like I said, you can get a journal, a planner, something where you can really make sure you maintain this. They have apps and things like that too. So it's really important to monitor that. And then you can go back and say, hey, on Monday, I was not happy, but the following Monday, I'm super happy. I think creating small, big moments every day is really, really important. So waiting for vacations, birthdays, or holidays is just like waiting for permission to feel alive. Instead, create your own, because it's like, as an adult, I want to feel alive every day. You know, life can be a bit crazy, and a lot of times you don't know what the future holds. So live your life seriously and do things that makes you feel alive. Everybody has different ways of feeling better about something, but it could be trying a new restaurant, trying a new coffee shop, you know, taking a random Tuesday off of work just because, you know, you got the time, you building up the time. Why not take off a day once a month or something to kind of like, hey, I want to have a spa day, or I want to just have a day where I just sleep in all day and just do nothing. And that's okay. You have the right to do that if you want to. You know, buy yourself flowers. I do that a lot. I love flowers. Nothing wrong with that. Buy yourself something. Do something for yourself that makes you feel happy. And these are small, big moments. Everybody has different versions of this. Dance in your living room for no reason. Like, get you some speakers and play your favorite songs and just dance and enjoy yourself. I'm sure it's going to make you feel a lot better. So my final words on this is just, life isn't just happening on your birthday or when you get a promotion. It's happening right now. The question is, are you actually living it? Let's hold each other accountable this week, and let's try one small thing to bring more joy into your day. That's really important. If you loved this episode, share it with another woman who needs this reminder. And don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and follow us on our social media platforms, Female Szn. Season is SZN, okay? Later, I'll see you in my next episode. Bye.